Hey guys, Anime-kun here. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 anime with a badass or overpowered female lead. They often say in patriarchal notions of old that one of the greatest weapons of females is their beauty. Well, don't simply believe such outdated beliefs, knowing that if you do, any of these characters may just hand your bottom to you and leave you crying. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos about anime. So, without further ado, let's begin. After Germania invaded a neighboring country, Europe plunged into a devastating war. During the war, Germania set its sights on the weak alpine country of Eilstadt. Boasting a far superior military capability and having achieved profuse success in earlier parts of the war, it was expected that Germania would conquer Eilstadt with ease. Top it all off with having captured their princess, Orthophonafina Frederica von Eilstadt. When a concurrent Germanian transport mission goes south, Izetta, the last witch alive, escapes and, recognizing Princess Fina from her childhood, Izetta rescues her from the Germanian soldiers by making use of her magical abilities. Her powers are mainly centered on animating and enhancing objects, turning them to tank busters, although it's a bit dependent on Lee lines. As her iconic appearance being the last witch, she is seen riding not a broom, but instead an anti-tank rifle. Witches are individuals with special powers like ESP, telekinesis, mind control, etc. Robin, a 15-year-old craft user, arrives all the way from Italy to Japan to work for an organization named STN Japan Division as a replacement for one of STNJ's witch hunters who was recently killed in action. Unlike other divisions of STN, however, this division's work proves to be more perilous as STNJ tries to capture the witches alive in order to learn why and how they became witches in the first place. Robin has a firecraft that allows her to manifest varying amounts of fire. In addition, she can channel her energy into shields capable of blocking both solid matter and crafts or magical powers from other craft users like herself. The downside of it is every time she uses her powers, her eyesight gets weakened, and it affects the power and efficiency of her ability. Though the eyesight issue can be solved by glasses, she doesn't really like wearing those. Yukateru Amano spends his days writing a diary on his cell phone as part of his loneliness, conversing only with his two seemingly imaginary friends Deus Ex Machina, who is the god of time and space, and Murmur, the god's servant. Revealing himself to be a god of actual existence, Deus grants Yukateru a random diary, which shows highly descriptive entries based on the future, and forces him into a bloody battle royale with 11 other holders of similarly powerful future diaries. The female lead is Yuno Gasai, who is also in such a death game and has unparalleled affectionate attraction to Yukateru. In fact, his condition and actions are recorded every 10 minutes in her Yukateru diary and also provides small commentary made by Yuno in some of the entries. While extremely relevant to Yukateru instead of Yuno, the diary still works wonders when they are working together, knowing how both diaries likewise cover each other's weaknesses. If you've watched our video about the top 10 anime where MC is an assassin, then you probably already know this anime. So why is Akame on the list? Apart from wielding the demon sword Murasame, she is also one of the main characters that stayed until the last episode. What do I mean by staying until the last episode? Well, I won't give out any spoilers here, so go watch the anime if you haven't already. Night Raid is the covert assassination branch of the Revolutionary Army, an uprising assembled to overthrow Prime Minister Honest, whose avarice and greed for power has led him to take advantage of the child emperor's inexperience. Without a strong and benevolent leader, the rest of the nation is left to drown in poverty, strife, and ruin. Though the Night Raid members are all experienced killers, they understand that taking lives is far from commendable and that they will likely face retribution as they mercilessly eliminate anyone who stands in the revolution's way. They may be assassins, but they know more than anyone else what the value of life is. Akama is one of the most badass assassins of the Night Raid.
何を慌てている？
え？なんだ水着かよ。
目標はわずか5分で23人を殺害した凶悪犯だ。
Lucy is a special breed of human called Diclonius, with a short pair of horns and invisible telekinetic hands so potent and dangerous that it lands her as a victim of inhumane scientific experimentation by the government. However, once circumstances present her an opportunity to escape, Lucy, corrupted by the confinement and torture just as what would happen to any human so confined, unleashes a torrent of bloodshed as she escapes her captors. During her breakout, she receives a crippling head injury that leaves her with a split personality. Someone with the mentality of a harmless child possessing limited speech capacity. In this state of instability, she stumbles upon two college students, Koda and his cousin Yuka, who unknowingly take her into their care, unaware of her murderous tendencies. This act of kindness will change their lives, as they soon find themselves dragged into the shadowy world of government secrecy and conspiracy. Can you imagine being the only living weapon against hellish beasts? Saya Otanashi is a seemingly ordinary girl living a mundane life with her adoptive family in Okinawa City. In fact, her only peculiarities are suffering from anemia and being unable to remember any of her life beyond the previous year. However, Saya's forgotten past quickly comes back to haunt her. One night, she is attacked at school by a creature that feeds on human blood. Just when all hope seems lost, a mysterious man named Haji appears and fends off the creature temporarily. To end the creature, Saya needed to drink Haji's blood, and she was hesitating to do so. But when her rescuer forces her to drink his blood, Saya suddenly enters a trance and slays the monster with ease, using her own blood as a catalyst. Where did this power come from? And just who is Saya? She then learns of an organization named Red Shield, founded for the sole purpose of defeating the hellish beasts. Now Saya and Haji must work together with Red Shield to fight these fearsome monsters and unlock the secrets to the girl's past. Now this anime is similar with our previous pick, but instead of being a lone person as the living weapon, we have a group of them known as Claymore. These beings called Claymore are actually half human and half Yoma, with a purpose of exterminating these creatures known as Yoma. When a Yoma or shape-shifting demon with a thirst for human flesh arrives in Rocky's village, a lone woman with silver eyes walks into town with only a sword upon her back, and she is a Claymore. After Rocky's family is killed, the Claymore saves his life, but he is subsequently banished from his home. With nowhere else to go, Rocky finds the Claymore, known as Claire, and decides to follow her on her journeys. As the pair travel from town to town, defeating Yoma along the way, more about Claire's organization and her fellow warriors comes to light. With every town cleansed and every demon destroyed, they come closer to the Yoma on which Claire has sought vengeance ever since she chose to become a Claymore. Claire is ironically kinder and more pure than other normal human beings in this show. Humans may discriminate against these Claymores, but Yomas don't discriminate when it comes with their prey. Now this one is quite an interesting anime, centered around an arms dealer who wants to have peace. But how will she do that? Is it with guns? Actually, it's using Jormungand. You'll know if you've finished the anime. The story starts with a child soldier named Jonah who hates weapons and those who deal them. But when Coco Hekmatyr, an international arms dealer, takes on Jonah as one of her bodyguards, he has little choice but to take up arms. Along with Coco's other bodyguards, composed mostly of former special ops soldiers, Jonah is now tasked with protecting Coco and her overly idealistic goal of world peace from the countless dangers that come from her line of work. As Coco's work is illegal under international law, she is forced to constantly sidestep both local and international authorities while doing business with armies, private militaries, and others. With the CIA always hot on her trail and assassins around every corner, Jonah and the crew must guard Coco and her dream of world peace with their lives or die trying. Now if you watch this anime, you'd realize that we will have something close to Jormungand in our world, but we can probably prepare for that. The anime is set in the domed city of Ramdo, where it is the only livable place considering how an ecological catastrophe doomed the rest of the planet some thousands of years ago. To speed up mankind's recovery, auto-rives, humanoid-like robots, have been created to assist day-to-day living. However, auto-rives have begun contracting an enigmatic disease called the Cogito virus which gives them self-awareness. Riel Mayer, granddaughter of Ramdo's ruler, is assigned to investigate this alongside her auto-rive partner Iggy. Riel possesses no abilities similar to any proxy which may seem to be lackluster, but her skill with gun usage compensates for everything else and is all she needs. Now you may have seen this anime already as it is our top pick for the top 10 anime, where MC is an OP transfer student. And this anime is just so good that it deserves another one of the top spot in a list. After the murder of her father, Ryuko Matoi has been wandering the land in search of his killer. Following her only lead, the missing half of his invention, the scissor blade, she arrives at the prestigious Hinoji Academy, a high school unlike any other. The academy is ruled by the imposing and cold-hearted student council president Satsuki Kiryu and alongside her powerful underlings, the Elite Four. In the school's brutally competitive hierarchy, Satsuki bestows upon those at the top special clothes which grant the wearer unique superhuman abilities. Thoroughly beaten in a fight against one of the students in uniform, Ryuko retreats to her raised home where she stumbles across Senketsu, a rare and sentient kamui, or god clothes. After coming into contact with Ryuko's blood, Senketsu awakens, latching onto her and providing her with immense power. Now, armed with Senketsu and the scissor blade, Ryuko makes a stand against the Elite Four, hoping to reach Satsuki and uncover the culprit behind her father's murder once and for all. This anime gives quite the interesting view with clothes together with its plot, which left a deep impression on me. And that's all the anime we have for today. I'm sure that most of our picks here are interesting, and you may have found something new to watch. Other than that, I hope you guys loved this video. Do you guys think there are other shows that need to be on the list? Feel free to share your comments and suggestions down below. If you want to see more anime content, make sure to subscribe and give this vid a thumbs up. Stay tuned and I will see you guys soon.